Short sellers are starting to feel the panic here today. Ladies and gentlemen, Antara Capital has just sold over 1.5 million shares of APE, and they're buying 1 million shares of AMC common stock. The panic is starting to set in. Now, we're going to get into everything that is happening here today because AMC is having a fantastic day, up 5.5%, breaking out above both of the major moving averages. And if this can hold throughout the rest of the day, well, we're probably going much higher. And we'll talk about where we could go with AMC stock as well here in this video. So we're going to get into what's happening today, what's going to be happening tomorrow as well, because it was a really quiet week this week as far as economic data until Thursday and Friday. It's now Thursday. So let's talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for tuning in here today. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. So first things first, I want to start with the data that came out today because it was not good. So US GDP rose at a 1.1% pace in the first quarter as signs build that the economy is slowing. Now, 1.1%, you would think that it is positive and it's better than being negative, but the estimate was for 2%. The Atlanta Fed GDP Now tracker was forecasting 2.6% 2 weeks ago. So well worse than expectations. And again, the headline of this article says it, signs build that the economy is slowing. Now, inflation, this is an interesting reading. This is quarter over quarter. So it's like the first 3 months of 2022 to the first 3 months of 2023. Inflation was higher than expected in the quarter, with the PCE price index rising 4.2% against the 3.7% estimate. So not good. Not good. And I guess I feel like the markets would be down more today if it wasn't for Meta coming out and having, pretty fantastic earnings. So Meta being up 14%, Apple's up 2%, Amazon's up 4%. Very strong day overall in the markets. Now, tomorrow's economic data is going to be huge. So 8:30 in the morning, you're going to get the core PC price index month over month for the month of March. You were expecting a 0.4% increase month over month. What is that? Go ahead. 0.4 times 12. That would be a annualized basis of 4.8%. Far too high. And that would be a problem. So that's the first bit. As well as at 8:30 in the morning, you have personal income month over month for the month of March. You're expecting that to go up by 0.4% as well. Again, 4.8% on an annualized basis. Not very good. Not really in line with that 2% inflation target. Personal spending month over month, you're expecting that to be negative 0.2%. And that's probably the best thing we could say. If personal spending does go negative, it's going to be good for inflation. But at what cost is it to the economy? That's going to be the real question. Now, here in after hours today, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have Amazon, Intel, and Snapchat that report earnings. Those are probably going to be the big ones. Then you have Cloudflare, First Solar, Pinterest, Gilead, and Amgen that also report earnings as well. But forget all of that. AMC stock is up almost 6% right now. You're breaking out above key moving averages like the 50-day moving average as well as the 100-day moving average. Now, we've broken out above these two moving averages. They're so close together on April 25th, on April 26th, and now today. Today is the first day you're really gapping up above these moving averages. Now, who knows what the end of the day has in store for us? The markets have a way of doing this and then pushing you down by the end of the day. So that's a possibility. I want to put that out here. But from where we currently sit right now, if we were to close at this level right here, forget AMC even going higher. If we were to close at this level or above these moving averages, which looks very much likely, it would be a nasty candle if we closed under these moving averages. Well, you're very much likely to continue And just like this hammer candle right here supports, this bullish reversal is in full effect. And like I also indicated, you're probably likely to come up and retest this upper end range, right? This upper end resistance line. And that's going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of $6 to $6.50 per share. And then that 200-day moving average sitting at almost $7 per share. Those are the ranges that I am personally targeting if we can hold this close or this price into the close of the day today. So a very, very strong move here. Now let's take a look at what's actually going on under the surface. And it's pretty interesting. So Antara Capital, they actually bought 1 million shares of Class A common stock, and they sold 1.5 million shares of APE. Huh. That's interesting. So what does this really show? Well, they still have a very large position. Keep that in mind. It's not like they're dumping everything they own as fast as they can, but they are making moves to kind of mitigate some of that risk associated with being super long on APE and not invested in AMC. So now Antara Capital is invested in AMC, and this is a way to hedge out your bets. Like I said in previous videos, as hedge funds start to feel the FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt that this trade might not go through, they either have to cover on their short positions or they have to hedge out their short positions. Or just for that matter, if they're long on APE and they don't have a position in AMC, they got to hedge that out somehow. So if you're long on APE, to hedge out your position would be buying AMC. And that's why I've talked about this tailwind. And a tailwind means kind of wind pushing at your back. A bullish factor that usually lasts a while is going to be the delay of this court date. And that's why I think AMC stock will trend higher, not expecting the same explosive move that I was expecting after courts, because obviously we didn't get any real new information. We just got a prolonged court date, which was like the base case expectation. I do expect more hedge funds that are long in AMC that own APE to go out and buy AMC as well to hedge out those positions, just in case this court date did not go through. So an interesting move, and I think other hedge funds are likely starting to consider or starting to do the same thing as well. Now, let's go ahead and give you guys an overview of the situation with AMC and the data here. So the live short interest of free flow is sitting at 26.37%. The free flow out on loan at 36.21%. Shares out on loan 187 million. Days to cover last we knew was at about 5.25. Cost to borrow trailing 3-month average at 259% and 100% share utilization. Now, the dollar amount currently sold short in AMC stock is $706.5 million. So then those numbers are starting to get up there. And if you see AMC rally to, $6 and maybe $7 per share, you're going to be approaching $1 billion that is sold short in AMC. And that's going to make those cost to borrow fees even more egregious to pay out, because you can see today the cost to borrow max yesterday was 364%. Now it's 416%. Cost to borrow minimum yesterday 328.5%. Today 339%. Cost to borrow average yesterday 347%. Today 350%. So you are seeing an uptick in the cost to borrow rates as well today, which again is in line with what I would expect to happen if you see AMC up 6%. Shorts are losing their ass here. Let's be honest, with the cost of borrow rates the way they are and the rates that they are currently paying out, they lost almost $2 billion in the first 3 months of 2023. That's 3 times the total dollar amount that is sold short in AMC stock. That's bad. That's really, really bad. yeah, so I do think some hedging, some more buying of AMC is very much likely and warranted. Can we say that? At the very least over the next couple of weeks. Now, as far as the option activity for the day, you've seen 22 orders totaling $8.29 million, positive order value of 1%. Again, pretty bearish day as far as options are concerned, but you're not really seeing that many options being placed. You're not really seeing a huge dollar amount on these options. $8 million for roughly 2.5 hours into the trading day is not a lot at all. That's pennies compared to what we see sometimes. Now, Stocko tracker data, just to give you guys a full, picture of what's going on. About 30,000 calls in the money, 138,000 calls out the money, 37,000 puts in the money, and 288,000 puts that are out of the money. So you are seeing a decent amount of option activity as well for tomorrow. I'm not really expecting too much out of this, but it can give you some incremental buying pressure as well. Now, like I said, earnings, that's going to be a big key of the day today because, I mean, these stocks, these large tech stocks have been beating off of low bars here. Now, Facebook did do very well. They're up 14-15% on the day today, and that definitely does show it. But Intel could be a weak spot. Amazon could be a weak spot. So you're getting the weaker stocks that are, reporting today. Let's be honest there. Even First Solar, Enphase just dropped like a rock. First Solar, who knows? They've seen kind of that sympathy effect. But today's earnings might not be nearly as good as what we've seen on Tuesday and on Wednesday, guys. So that's the thing that I will really be watching out for today, and just to see if AMC, and make sure AMC does close above these moving averages, and if we do, it's going to be off to the races from here. So that is what I got for you guys in this video. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, source your comments, questions, or concerns down below in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.